Alright, I thought I'd make a new quick little video here. Something simple. I'm going to do an oil change on my 2012 Silverado 4x4. Start off, got my good old trusty oil jug. I'm going to use a 15mm socket. Make sure I use a 12 point on the socket there. I'm using the 1/2 inch just because it makes it a little easier. And then for removing the oil filter, I use one of these oil wrenches. Good old Harbor Freight, can't beat it. And then I got the XP filter, and you're going to need 6 total quarts for a 5.3 LS. I got the LT model, so 6 quarts, oil filter, wrench, oil filter wrench, 15mm with the ratchet, oil drain. I'm gonna do mine on this hill, and my plug's at the back, and so only thing you need to make sure is drive the truck around a little bit, warm it up, get it warmed up so you can get the oil that's in there hot, and it'll come out easier and quicker on you.
Alright, so over here you have the filter on the driver's side, and then the plug for the oil drain is directly on the passenger side. And like I said, I just put the drain pan right below the two. And first I'm going to pull that nut off, let it drain for a little while, and then I'll clean the plug off, and then I'm going to put it back in there, and then I'll remove the filter and let it drain for a little while.
So the first thing I'm going to do after I've warmed the truck up and drove down the road a couple times is I go ahead and pull that cap off here. Right there. And then I always set it right here so you can't shut your lid of your hood. Can't close your hood until you replace that. So like I said, I got the 15. A couple of little bumps. Alright. She's a little loose. Probably gonna be hot. It doesn't hurt to have you a little rag here. Be careful with the exhaust here, and there's one right on the other side, right above me. And what I do is I kind of push in on the nut until I know I've run out of threads. So while I'm pushing in and turning out, I can tell I'm out of threads now. When I'm out of threads, I'm still plugging it, and it's not hitting my hand. So now just ready, pull it out. Move it out real quick, just like that. I usually take the rag and wipe the nut off right away. Nothing to it. We'll pull this plug here, valve, so it'll suck it in quicker. There you go. That helps it suck it. Don't forget that little plug on the pan so it'll suck in. Okay, still just dripping just a little bit. I'll go ahead and just, there it is, get into that finished drops. I'll just go ahead and take this. Should go on nice and easy. Going back to that 15 socket. You don't want it to be extremely tight. Let's get a nice little snug on there. There. Good to go. Alright, wipe it down a little bit. Alright, now we'll go to this oil filter. Now oil filter. These can be a pain in the butt, especially when they got this no sidewall over here. So what I do, I just take this tool here and I get a nice little grip on it, squeeze, twist a little bit. There you go. See that? Move the pan underneath it. It'll make a mess too. And definitely keep your rag nearby. As you can see there, she's coming out. I'm trying to keep my driveway as clean as I can. I'll let that drip for a little bit. And I usually do the same thing. Push up until you feel no more threads. That way you don't drop this thing on you, because it can be top heavy. There we go. And then flip it over. Like that. Let it drain for a little bit. Okay. Wow, that's draining. I get the filter out. And get this new rubber seal here. I'll take a little bit of this oil, put a little bit around the rubber rim there, around that seal, just a little bit to lubricate it there. Just take my finger in there. There you go. Usually use the fresh new oil. Just rub it around that ring there. Just a nice little coating. Nothing to it like that. Now we'll get back underneath the truck. Okay. Back under the truck now. I'll give it a little bit of wipe down. Clean things up a little bit before I put it on there. Wipe that ring off wherever the seal is. Alright. Like I said, don't forget, put the lubrication on there, that little oil on there. Just go nice and easy. Make sure it goes on easy. If it goes on tight, then you've maybe stripped it. See how just nice spin there? So I was going to get it to about where it meets the seal. And this is where a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. You don't want to go, you just want to get it snug like that, and then maybe a quarter to a half turn more is all it really needs. Okay, one of the things I did not mention that can be very useful is a big gulp funnel. I didn't mention funnel at all, but it doesn't hurt to have a funnel. Now, what I'm going to do is, I told you 6 quarts. I always like to do 5, 5.5, check the oil, maybe even start it for a second or two, let it flow, check it again, just because you never know what's left behind. I don't want to overfill it. I feel like that's the worst thing you can do, is overfill oil, and then it's got to find a way out. And sometimes when it finds a way out, it finds a leak. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling it up. So I'm going to start off with the 5 quarts and go all in. Make sure you have your plug in the bottom and your filter back in before you do this too. Last thing you want to do is be filling up your new oil down to the bottom. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to double check. If you're doing your own oil, you know it's a pain in the butt to try to get rid of all the old oil you just drained out. What I like to do is I like to keep these containers, and AutoZone, O'Reilly's, wherever you may buy your oil, will take these and you can dump them in their recyclables for free. So I'll take that little black jug, fill this up, keep my oil in that line, and then I'll just take this up to O'Reilly's, wherever you buy your oil, and have them dump it out for you and throw this away for you. Nothing to it. That's just a good tip. Like I said, it says 6. I'm going to go ahead and do 5.5, and then I'm going to check my oil. So, check on the side there. Got your clear view on the side, you can see where you're at on your oil. Try to stop it around 16 ounces left. Alright, right about 16 there, about half. Now I'm going to start it up and check my oil. Let it run for just a second. Before I let it run for a second, make sure you put your cap back on. I've seen some cars blow oil right back out the top of them. Don't want to do that. So just slide them on top real quick. Give it a start. Let it run for about 10-15 seconds. Not long. Alright. Okay, I started up for about 15 seconds. Let that oil filter get some oil in there. Let the oil move around a little bit. Like I said, I did 5.5 quarts. So you're gonna pull your yellow stick out. Wipe it off first. You can look at it. Stick it back in real quick, pull it right back out, get it sideways. And as you can see on there, I'm a 1/2 quart low. So it worked out perfect. 6 quarts will do me. So on these trucks, you can reset your own oil light. You don't have to have a sticker up there remind you what mileage and all that. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Just turn the truck on. And you can see right there, changing the oil soon. So on the side buttons over here, I'm gonna hold down the check mark one time, and then you'll come back over here and hit the vehicle information. There'll be an eye right there. And right there's your oil light, and it's 2% left. So I'm just go ahead and hold that down for check mark. When you hold that down, it's gonna erase it. So I'm holding it down right now on the check mark. Boom, 100% oil. Again, you get there from here, hit that one time, takes you there, and you hold that check mark down, it'll reset it to 100% life. Okay, that's it for this video. I just thought I'd do a quick little instructions, how to do an oil change on 2012. You never know, I like to look up videos just to see what socket I need or what tool I may need before I jump into one. I've done it multiple times, so thought maybe this might help somebody out a little bit. Just a couple little tips and tricks there on what size and what to use. Don't forget, guys, I'm getting ready to do a big motor swap on this blue C10 here. Like I said, I got my 383 stroker here. I got my 700R4. An old Babe Blue right here. Ready to go. I gotta get the other motor out. I'm working on unplugging everything out of there and getting that bolted out. Been a good little 307, but I've got the drive shaft I'm getting ready to drop out next. And I found a shop here locally in town that's going to charge me $75 an hour. He said half hour to an hour and a half. He's going to be able to knock that 3 inches off that drive shaft for me. So stay tuned. I'm going to do the drive shaft video and get all that going and get the transmission cross member dropped and get ready to pull this motor out and get that 383 stroker. So stay tuned, guys. Give me a like, comment if you got something to say, help me out, or give me some subscribes, guys.